Hi. So we're just waiting for everything to go live on the YouTube side of things. Um, Elliot is over here with me having breakfast, which is always good. Um, but so yeah, we are going to be trying some reading sprints this morning. I usually do these on Tuesday evening-ish. Like that's what I've been doing this year just because that was easier, but Presley has started preschool. So now we're actually like trying to make sure we have like a more strict bedtime to make sure that he can then wake up and go to preschool, which he's still a little anxious about. We're, trying to figure out strategies for that. But that means evening reading sprints, even though they're easier for me because I don't have to necessarily watch the kids. I have help to watch the kids. It's just a little bit harder now. So currently, at my time at least, it's like 8:45-ish. And I will have to go pick him up, like leave here around 11 to go pick him up. So we're gonna try for a couple hours worth of reading sprints. Um, because I know it took me a while to get into reading again this month after Elliot being sick at the end of last month. But I'm in the middle of two books right now, which I'm actually really enjoying both. I feel like that doesn't happen very often for me. Um, so we'll talk about those as well. Yes, that is true. This is a definite Europe friendly time for sprints. The evening ones for me when I was doing them were easier for me, but I always felt so bad that they were so late in the day for me that like a lot of the times other countries and continents even weren't able to join. But at least for now, if this works out, we might switch to morning sprints. We might go back and forth just depending on how school is and everything like that. So I think that'll be good. I mean, I so far I like I s- Elliot is here. She was having a snack, like, because they already had breakfast. Like, we've been up for 3 hours now, but then I had to, like, get people to school, and so I'm actually eating breakfast because of the fact that I didn't have any downtime earlier. Because not only do I take Presley to preschool, I take my sister to school, I take my mom to work. I am the taxi driver, um, but yeah. Ooh, I haven't had a good thriller in a little bit, so I'll have to look that one up. Um Yeah, definitely let me know books that you guys are planning on trying to get through a little bit more today. I'm, like I said, actually listening to one book, reading one book because of the fact that I am sort of like the taxi driver right now. I'm trying to make sure that I'm reading audiobooks, even though that's not something like I've never been a big audiobook person like around the house. Like I can't do audiobooks and something else usually. So the only good time I have for those is driving. But now that people like school has started up, we're on the second week of school now here in Arizona. Audiobooks, like I can definitely do that. So I'm currently listening to, yeah, are you crazy? I'm listening to Scout's Honor by Lily Anderson. This was not one on my TBR for the month, um, but the magical readathon, one of the prompts that I need to do that I didn't even talk about in my TBR really because like I completely misread everything. But what one of them was to have a book with a lily on the cover or in the title or in the author's name. And so this is by Lily Anderson. And I'm quite far into it right now. I'm actually borrowing it from my library on Libby. So this is like, if it'll actually like show you guys the color scheme. This is the cover, which was part of the reason I was interested in it when this first came out, which I want to say was last year or the year before. And it's a mix between like Girl Scouts and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I'm really, really enjoying it. The narrator is doing a really good job too, but it is sort of like secret society hunting these like little demon monster like extra dimensional creature things. And then it's getting really into like a sort of like found family aspect as well. Like I'm really enjoying that one. Um, which I might be able to finish within the next day or two with my driving around. So I might not listen to that during these sprints, even though I did just listen to like over an hour of it in the car earlier. And then the other one that I'm reading is New Adult by Timothy Janovsky. This one just came out on Tuesday, so it was an arc that I just have not finished yet. But this one, I think, according to my Bookly app, also I only have like an hour or so left. So this one we might be able to finish today, actually. And this is a adult romance, but it's a mix between One Last Stop and 13 Going on 30, like the movie. And we've definitely gotten into that sort of like time travel, going into the future aspect of it. And I'm really enjoying how like the romance was sort of trying to be established at first and then like shit hit the fan. And so we're trying to then, fix things. So I am actually really enjoying that. So like right now I'm enjoying both of my reads, which is great. Because sometimes one is better than the other. But like right now I'm having a good time. Heaven's Official Blessing Volume 3. Editing is good too though. Editing is always good too. I've definitely done some like more productive-y things during sprints. Elliot might want it out of the high chair, so I might have to do that in just a second. Yeah, the Lily prompt. I think I looked and I had like nothing with Lily. And it's so hard to just like Google books with a Lily on the cover because when I tried that, they were still just giving me books with Lily in the title. And I didn't really have anything with Lily in the title, like at all. I don't think that I wanted to read on Goodreads, but I had a couple authors with the name Lily. Um, yeah, she's saying she's all done. I'll have to get her. We'll start some sprints and I'll get her out. But I literally had Lily Anderson, which I had read Undead Girl Gang before. Really enjoyed that one, and so I'm very happy that I'm enjoying this one as well. And then I had like one book that I wanted to read a couple years ago by like Lily Manon, which is Sanja Manon, but writing romance. And so obviously having an audiobook in the car, I picked the YA book because my kid is in the car with me. So let's, like I said, Elliot wants out of the high chair. Let's start some reading sprints so that I can deal with her and then we'll read a little bit. I also have a pile of books for her because she loves books too. Let's do like a 45-minute sprint to start so that I can get her out, get her settled, eat breakfast, and actually try and read as well. So we're going to read until I think it's what, 38? Because it's on my side like 53, so maybe 30. Okay, it's too early to do math. I'm going to say read until 38. We'll see what that is. We'll read until 38. Okay, so we are coming back from the first reading sprint. I see some more people have joined us. Hello, hello. Ooh, rainy day in Florida. I mean, you're probably dealing with a little bit of humidity, obviously, like heat and stuff too. I wish it would rain here. It's been threatening monsoon stuff recently, but not enough rain. So we just have hot. Um, Nine Liars by Maureen Johnson. Oh, colds are not fun. And I feel like, have I read anything by Maureen Johnson before? I feel like maybe, but I know there's been some stuff that I've been interested in. So I'll have to see what that one is. Okay, okay. Elliot made me read books over and over and over again. So I didn't get as much reading of my stuff done. But now she wants to watch some like baby songs. We'll try and like keep it away from the microphone. So hopefully it's not like coming in too loud or anything. Hello, hello. Reading Twisted by Steve Kavanaugh. I don't think I know that one. I'll have to look that one up. Let me know how you're liking it. Three physical books to continue with as well. The Love Con. Ooh, I want to read that one. That one looked interesting. Arusha is also one that I want to read. And a Blue Bloods novel by Melissa de la Cruz. I don't think I've ever read any Melissa de la Cruz, but I know she has a lot of stuff out there, so I don't know that one off the top of my head. But again, hopefully they're doing good for you. Yes, Elliot is feeling so much better. So I think the last time that we had the last reading vlog where we were doing like the readathon stuff, she was just not feeling great. It ended up being roseola, so that ends up being like a very common childhood thing. My mom said that every single one of like us, me and my siblings, got it around 1 year old, and like that was basically right around when she got it too, and it's just like a really high fever, and then it's not like much other stuff at first, and then when the fever starts to go away, you get like a rash, and it's not like super itchy or anything. It's just like that's like really how you know what it was basically. And so she was just dealing with fever for, I think it was like 4 or 5 days, where it would go away for a little bit. She would start to feel a little better, and then it would just sort of hit her like in the afternoon, and it would do that in cycles. She was not having super good like sleeping at night. And then, of course, as soon as that started to go away, she had the like very telltale rash. But as soon as she got that, amazing. Like everything has been great since then. So that's, very good. So we're 100% better now. So now she's just, you know, going through reading books, and like she loves books, and so that's what she was making me do for most of the sprints. Oh, hello. Yes, I used to do some sprints like once a month. I mean, I'm still trying to do them once a month. But they were in the evening, so I know this time period that we're doing them now means that we have different people showing up for sprints, which is always good. But my son started preschool, so we're just trying out a new time period because what I used to do probably isn't going to work very well anymore because of trying to make sure bedtimes are happening on time. So this right now is in between like when I dropped him off for preschool, and then we're going to be hanging out until I need to like get ready to go pick him up from preschool. So great to have everybody that is showing up, because yeah, it's a lot of new faces now compared to like when I was doing them in the evening, just because of, time zone differences. Oh, good. Well, that's good. I'm glad about that. Yes, your phone. What is your phone doing? Well, it's not even her phone. It's not her phone, I swear. It's a phone that is attached to my phone with only like kids YouTube and stuff on it, a couple like little apps for Presley learning apps, and so she's watching some baby songs right now. Oh, okay. I recognize the Truly Devious series name. That is one that I wanted to try and I just haven't gotten to yet. Yes, it makes it a lot easier when your kids are feeling better. I mean, they still obviously want things, and when I have two, it's a lot more like they pull you in different directions. But we get some more stuff done. It's much easier. Like I'm back on track with my actual like filming and editing schedule now too. Because when she was sick, she just literally wanted to be attached to me at all times, like even worse than now. So, no, that one's my phone. You don't need two phones. You don't even need one phone. 34% of you're invited. Oh, good. Okay, so like I said, did not get as much reading done as I was hoping to. Like we did about a 45-minute sprint, and I use Bookly concurrently while I read to sort of track my reading, and like it'll tell me like an estimate of like how long I have left in books, which I really appreciate because then like I can see, oh, I only have like an hour left. I can chance reading past my bedtime, or something like that, or know that, oh, okay, she's taking a nap, but I have time to do certain things. So I really do like to do that. And so on Bookly, in that 45-minute sprint, I read less than 20 minutes, mostly because we ended up reading kids books. But I am in the middle of New Adult by Timothy Janovsky, which is something that I think I'm going to finish today, no matter what, even if it's not necessarily during this sprint, because I only had like an hour left, according to Bookly anyway, just based on my reading speed. And I talked about it just a little bit at the very beginning of sprints, but it is adult romance, male romance, in the vein of like One Last Stop, where it's a little bit mystical, and 13 Going on 30, the movie. Definitely feels more like 13 Going on 30 because it has the same whole premise of somebody wanting to be further along in their life. And they make like a wish sort of thing, not on the same kinds of stuff even as the movie, but in the in a similar vein. And they do end up jumping like 7 years in the future from being 23 to being 30. And they realize when they wake up that it is not what they expected, not what they wanted. It's a lot of craziness, and they're trying to now figure out how to either fix their life and their relationships or even go back in time. Like they're currently doing this, and there is that romance at the heart of it. It was one that was um, like sort of established at the beginning of the book. Um, but we are now seeing like the repercussions of it, and so I'm personally really enjoying it. I did think it took a little while to start. Like we don't jump into the future stuff for a little bit over a quarter of the way through the book, but like the pacing is actually not too crazy. Like at the very beginning, I was like, oh, it's taking a little while, but I got so sucked into the story that I'm really, really enjoying it. It's one that just came out on Tuesday. So this is actually an arc that I just didn't get to finish yet because kids. um, but I definitely want to finish it. And I'm thinking this is something that technically I think I can fit into my magical readathon TBR. It is one that's on my normal TBR that we like rolled for the month, um, but it wasn't fitting for any prompts. One of the prompts for the magical readathon is like future, like set in the future, and technically most of this book is set in 2030. And so it's slight future, but I feel like if I don't get to the book that I had originally picked for this one, that like that prompt, which is another arc that I should get to, but like just in case, because I never fully know what my reading is going to be like. This is technically set in the future, and it wasn't one that was already picked for a magical readathon prompt, so I can fit it in there in case I need to, which is good. Like I didn't realize it was going like I knew it was 13 going on 30-ish, but I didn't realize it was actually like jumping from like 2023 to 2030. So, oh yes, yeah, 13 Going on 30 is one of my favorite movies. I've probably watched it at least 10, 15 times. I own the DVD, like one of my favorites. And I do like how they've been doing it in this one. Like it's obviously not taking every single thing from it, but it has enough of that like actual premise of going into the future in your life that I'm really enjoying it. And I'm very curious to see how this one's going to end, especially compared to the movie. But so I'm really enjoying that one. So that'll be the one that I'm going to continue reading as we go into some more sprints. So Elliot's not liking this video that we're watching. So let's jump into some more sprints so I can deal with her as well. It is about 9:48. For your future prompt, reading Dragon and Thief by Timothy Zahn. Oh, see, I like when we can find ones that are short, like 180 pages. I don't recognize that name. I'll have to look that one up again. But yeah, I don't think I picked enough shorter ones for my Magical Readathon TBR. So I might be switching some stuff out. Like I know there's one other one that I think I'm switching around. Like you guys voted for Dragon Pearl for me from my like poll pick one that we had to do. And that one was originally going to go in for read a completed series because the last book of that comes out like in October. But I think I'm switching it to red cover because it has a red cover. And I'm going to read like a manga from a completed series for read from a completed series because I'm like, I have so many things that I need to read. So I'm trying to like get shorter ones in there too. So that's a good thing. Okay. It's going to be right around 9:50. Let's do another. Let's do like a half hour one so that we can potentially do one more sprint after before I have to go get ready to pick up Presley. So 9:50, we'll read until 20. Then we should be able to do more. Okay, cool. Okay, we're back. Elliot dropped something like right at the end of sprints. um, but I did get some more reading in, about 20-ish more minutes, which is actually pretty good considering the reading sprints were not as long this last time. Um, so still really enjoying New Adult. Again, probably gonna finish it today because I definitely have less than an hour now in the book. And it is definitely 13 going on 30, like, vibes and stuff, but I think we're getting closer to the ending, and I'm still really curious to see where that's gonna go because I have, like, less than a quarter left in the book. But I don't think I can really get into it much more than that just because I'm getting to the end and, like, basically everything that I said about it earlier is exactly what the book is about, but I am really enjoying it. It is romance. I will say we've gotten a couple sort of like sex scenes, but they're definitely on like the very light side of it. They're not like a play by play, this is what's doing this, which I appreciate just because like that's stuff that I would prefer more anyway, but just in case anybody's looking into that, that's what that is. Um, half the TBR is manga and graphic novels. Yeah, I need to put more manga and graphic novels on some of my TBRs. Like I try to, but I own more like novels as TBR books than comics and graphic novels are. Yeah, comics, graphic novels, and manga. But I have a couple on there that I'm trying to fit in, so that's always a good plan. Yeah, trying to fit the short books makes 100% sense. Trying to get that in there. Ooh, 46% of you are invited now. Good. 40 plus pages of twisted. Main character is a reckless fool who doesn't think before he acts. I mean, do you like that? Do you not like that? I feel like sometimes authors can do that in a good way, and then sometimes not so much. So it just depends. But is this what you want? I don't know if this is what she wants or not. I don't think she's even sure what she wants necessarily on that. Um, but yeah, that's not what you want. What do you want? Um, I don't know what kind of baby song she wants right now. I don't know. Here, try a different one. Try that one for now. But yeah, so that's good. Um, we are at like 10:25-ish my time. So I think in just a little bit we'll try and do like one more, maybe like a 20-minute reading sprint because I would like to get more done if I can. But then at that point, it will be time to start getting ready to go get Presley. Hopefully, he had a better day at school today. He never has school on Wednesdays. That's just his preschool doesn't have school on Wednesdays, which is good. But in general, he's been a little bit like anxious on like when I'm going to get there. And apparently, like every single day he's had school, he's been getting more and more anxious. Like not I guess not more and more anxious, but like it's happening earlier and earlier. Like on Tuesday, he was ready to be done for the day at like 8:45 when I dropped him off at 8 o'clock. So he has a little digital watch today. We bought it yesterday and he is obsessed with it. Did not want to take it off yesterday for bath and bedtime or anything. And he can sort of tell the time. I don't know 100% if he knows exactly what it means, but he'll like people yesterday people would ask him, like I would ask him or dad would ask him or grandpa would ask him, "Hey, Presley, what time is it?" And he would look at his little watch and he'd go, um 7:15. And so he would just be super cute, but I hope that is a little easier for him to figure out when mom's going to come back because I think that's his biggest issue is that anxiety of like not knowing what he's doing every single day and then not exactly knowing because he's only 4 when mom's coming back. So hopefully that'll be good. Ooh, listen to some more of Nine Liars while playing a game on your phone. That's always good. I've tried to do that before. Depending on the game, I can either really get into an audiobook or not. Oh, entertaining to see what he'll do to make his life more miserable. And then sometimes you just want to slap some sense. Yeah, yeah, that could definitely be the on one hand versus the other hand, but hopefully it's at least making the book entertaining. Oh my gosh, yes, editing a vlog can definitely be crazy. Part of my vlogs, I feel like I don't edit as much. Like I'm not as worried about how I'm talking in vlogs versus like sit down videos. Although I never have a script. I just that doesn't work for me. I definitely just sort of like talk and figure out like what I'm going to be talking about as I'm doing it. But I find vlogs I don't have to edit that as much, but then like some of the other stuff and usually I have a lot more footage, they can take a while. So, yeah, that's definitely definitely a project, but that'll be exciting. I personally love to watch vlog videos, just especially like when people go about and do like some extra stuff during their day too. So that's pretty cool. Finish The Box in the Woods, which is the previous book. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I find that sometimes I really, really want to like marathon a series. And I even have some books where I have like the entire series and I should do that. But not always do I like get that actual itch for it. And so that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, he was being really cute with it, so I'm hoping that that helps because we've been trying like some like hug buttons, which we still do. I don't think he fully understands it, but and, like it's rubbing off already. But there's like a little heart right over here. He picked blue today, but like we each get a matching heart before he goes into preschool that he can like push and like get a hug. That was something that I saw on like some mommy blogs and stuff like that that apparently help with some kids. And then he has a little octopus guy that I crocheted for him last weekend. So he could take it with him because his teacher is like, when he gets really anxious, the first thing he does is he wants to grab onto something that's his. And in their class, the only thing that's his is his backpack. And so he would go get his backpack, and that would make other kids want to get their backpacks. And it was like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and they don't get out till 11:30. So we made that to like go with him. It's squishy. He can squish it if he needs to, like an anti-stress sort of thing. It has eyes, which he's really into because not all of the crochet stuff that I do has eyes, and so he was really into that. So we can watch him, and that was okay. But I think he really needs that like structure with the watch. So vlogging for Aurelium, um, I am not only because Aurelium is such a long readathon, like it's the whole month. I do hope to eventually maybe do some more like if I know that this kind of readathon stuff's coming up where it is such a long readathon where I'll like say, okay, I'm gonna vlog every week. But currently with two kids, it's just vlogging does get a little bit crazy sometimes. And so when I know it would be like more of a project to do, it doesn't always happen. So like I did do a vlog for my Choose Your Own Adventure Readathon, which was at the end of last month, and that was a 2 week vlog. And let me tell you, that vlog is like almost an hour and a half. Like that is a production. And so that's the only thing is like I know I could split it up into like 4 videos and do that. But it just sometimes feels like a lot as the kids get older and like as I don't have to worry about her being attached to me as much, and my Presley's in preschool, eventually he'll be in kindergarten. That might be things that I do look into wanting to do because I really do like doing vlogs and then watching people's vlogs. But I don't have any big vlog plans for this just because it would be a lot of work. So I'm always impressed when people can do like big vlogs like that. Okay. Yeah, 10:32 or on that clock over there. My computer says 10:30. Let's do one more round of reading sprints before I have to actually um, go get ready to pick him up. What? Okay. You don't want this one? Here. Look at some animals. Yeah, just because we are going to have to start doing that. So let's read until 10:50. So for you guys, just 50. That'll be a last 20-minute reading blog for now. We'll sort of close stuff out at the end, but that'll probably be as much as I can fit into today. So let's do one more. Okay, so we are back from the last sprint that we're going to be able to do today because it will be time for me to go pick up Presley soon. I am at, where am I? 85% of the book I was reading. It says I have less than 30 minutes left, so I will definitely finish this later. Again, still really enjoying it. So, if anything I said about like the 13 going on 30 premise, a little bit of like this sort of, I guess, fabulism, magical realism sort of ish stuff with the adult romance in there. Sounds like something you would like. I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm really hoping the ending like just cements that for me. So yeah, I think for me at least that's where I'm going to have to end that one. I'll end up finishing it later today. Well, I'm glad if you liked the Choose Your Own Adventure vlogs, but yeah, just doing a whole one for a whole month, or even like I said, splitting it up for week ones, I would love to do. I just don't find that feasible right now with the little kids that I have, but I would love to do that someday. Oh, nice. 20 pages is always good. 90 pages from the end. Oh, yeah, you could definitely do that if you wanted to, just depending on what you have going on with the rest of your day. But yeah, if anybody else wants to chime in for a little bit, I have a little bit of time left before I have to go. Elliot is throwing things on the floor or dropping things on the floor. Yeah, you did that. She's also having some goldfish for a snack before we go pick up Presley and then come home and have lunch. Yeah, you're fine. You're just cranky to be cranky. Oh, good. I'm glad that people had fun with them. I probably will do the same sort of thing next month. It'll probably still be a Thursday morning for me, just because Tuesdays don't work out. I don't have as much stuff in the day, or I don't have as much time because I have more stuff during the day. And so, because I don't know exactly how long it sometimes takes me to drop Presley off at preschool, it might be sort of like this where I don't pre-plan and post a time necessarily beforehand, but I'll try and post on socials and stuff like what day at least that we're planning on having it, so if anybody wants to join they can. But I had fun doing it, got definitely a lot more reading done than I probably would have if I wasn't doing sprints. Oh, that sounds amazing actually. I know it's only like almost 11 o'clock for me, but that sounds really really good. Oh, yes. Thank you for joining. I had a lot of fun with you guys. So, again, yes, definitely thank you. I'm glad we got to do it with another time zone this time, just because, yeah, time zones are crazy, especially because I'm in Arizona. We don't ever change with daylight savings. So, it's always like me trying to learn a little bit of like who is where currently. But I had a lot of fun. So, again, yes, thank you guys for showing up. We will do more next month too. Like I said, I'll post a date or something somewhere so that everybody knows. And I guess I'll see you guys then. So thank you so much. Bye.